man. Depends on this reservation. That's a pretty prestigious place, too.
Hey, pretty nice.
Yeah, so come right up here.
Yeah, cute lobby.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's pretty nice.
let's play some
Let's
music.
play some music.
Yeah.
Sure, let's play.
Yeah, I think I'm.
That's some chirp. Chirp.
Thanks for playing.
Alright, how's it going, bartender? Yeah, I'll take a pale ale.
Yeah, I'll take one too, thank you.
Yeah, sweet. Oh, dude, treasure map? Dude, I want some treasure map, dude.
Yeah, you're selling it?
So, no, let's buy this.
Yeah.
Let's buy this treasure map.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll take,
Yay.
we'll take the
Thank
treasure
you.
map. Awesome. Appreciate it. Whatever, dude, but still, man, appreciate you. Treasure map. I can't wait to find this great treasure map. Let's go find this great
Let's
treasure
go
map.
out right now.
There's Jim, man. Alright, man, let's go. We don't have a moment to spare, dude.
Dude, like, I don't know if it's the best
Dude,
idea.
it's a totally good idea, dude. We're
dude,
gonna go
like,
get this
we just
berry
had
treasure.
some-
Someone else is gonna steal it from us if we
we
don't
should
go
have
right
some
now.
beer. It's like nighttime right now.
It's okay, we can, drive. It's okay. Alright, man, let's go get this buried treasure, dude. I got my ride here.
Dude, that's sketchy.
Nah, dude, hop on.
Oh
Watch
my
out for
god,
the
the
creeper.
creeper's coming. I gotta get on.
Alright, let's go get this booty. Dude, of course I know where I'm going. I have the map.
Dude, stop looking at it. We're gonna run into something.
Oh my
Dude,
god!
Oh my
god, a
gosh.
shark!
Oh my gosh, there's
Help
such a
us!
shark! Oh my
god!
Oh my gosh,
god!
we're gonna die!
We're gonna die! Oh my gosh.
Dude, I told you that was a bad idea.
Bruh, I didn't even know there were sharks in Minecraft, man. We're gonna have to go back.
Well, totally ate our boat too, so looks like no treasure for us, I guess.
Dude, we're just gotta build a bigger boat and try again. Do you understand? Okay, we know we have to build this boat somewhere, a pretty picturesque location. This boat is a little funny looking, whatever. Over here could work, right between the tree and the cliff. Could look pretty nice. But what I was thinking, unintentionally, I made these two hills. And they're looking a little bare, honestly. Lefty is looking a little green and right is kind of gray. But in between the two hills, I think a ship would fit absolutely perfectly. It would be all framed by the hills that we're going to make beautiful, and just sitting at the edge of the fog, it's going to look money. But, we need some inspiration. Whoa, what's
Hi.
Beehn doing here?
Hi.
Hi, what's up, dude?
I totally have an idea. I have such a good idea for the boat.
Oh yeah? What's your
Yeah.
idea?
Check this out. Hey man, this is the Star of India, like oldest iron-hulled merchant ship afloat. I think we can make this pretty easily in Minecraft, We got the payload, maybe some coal blocks. Up on the sails, use definitely some spruce and some white wool, It's funny.
Check it out. It's 277 meters big, which would be 277 blocks in Minecraft, but that's too big for our world. But check it out. They totally got the mahogany going on. It's huge. They got the iron trapdoor line going across. It's already working inside of my head. Oh my gosh. This is the best inspiration I could have ever asked for. Sometimes you gotta break the fourth wall to go get inspiration. Honestly, that's like one of the cooler parts of Minecraft is that like you can go out in real life and get a lot of inspiration and then bring it into your Minecraft world. That's what me and Beehn like to do to stay inspired and play the world for longer. Maybe I'll make a video about that in the future, like how I play Minecraft and that kind of thing, because I think it's pretty cool. But as you know, we're gonna build this boat, but we can't have a boat without black dye. We have 3 black wool, and we have 1 coal, and we have 0 black dye. So you know what that means. We have to go get materials. So let's go. All right, we both also want to build with other black blocks, and as far as I know, obsidian is one, but we're not using obsidian for that. We're building a wither skeleton farm because coal blocks. Skulls, kind of a side thing. I guess beacons are nice, but the coal's where it's at. Now that we have all the materials, let's get building. Oh yeah, the fine vessel has been complete, but we can't see it yet. That's okay. I want to go on a little stroll through our world. I'm not gonna go that way because I always go that way. I'm gonna take a shortcut through the woods and kind of talk about like why I'm building this ship, how we built this ship. It's not I, it's we. But yeah, so let's go down here. Let's see. I built this ship as almost like a tool to escape from building these cliffs over here. Because in the last video, check it out. There it is. In the last video, I built these, and we just come over here, huge sandstone cliffs. But now, oh my gosh, we have the Star of India. Do you understand? It's there in all of its glory, and with the cattails in front of it, could be a possible thumbnail. Yes, beautiful. Check that out. Moment of silence to just view it. Okay, whatever. Let's go over here and view it as I planned at the start of the video. When we come over here, you can just see some of the sails peeking above, and then oh my gosh, you see it, and then you don't, and then bam. There it is, a majestic bean gliding in. Oh my gosh, we love it. It's not done. It's far from complete. It's actually not that far from complete, but it is kind of far from complete. So what I want to do is I want to add some flags here, maybe some animation involved, like getting super inspired by the J. Kelton Crafts homie. I want to maybe add some flags, from some distant province or country or something. I want to do that. And then I want to kind of make these hills a little more detailed because this is, honestly, probably one of the better things I've ever built in Minecraft. Like, this ship over here is cool, but it's not on the same level of detail and, the rigging lines as this. So let's go fly over here and get a closer look. All right, here we are flying in the what is this, the stern? But I guess I'll talk about this for a second. We got the wheel here. I didn't really know what to do for the wheel, so I put a bunch of oak trapdoors. It's huge. It's like 3 meters tall, but whatever. And then also I used a ton of reference pictures for this. I also went there in real life. Yes, that was the Star of India. And, you know, they had this weird looking funny thing in here. And, whoa, Beehn is here because guess what? This was a team effort. For the most part, our world has been like, I build this, she builds that. But this was a full Beehn and Apples collab. So tell us more about it, Beehn.
I mostly worked on the sails. Aiden tried a few times and got a little bit upset. Yeah, it was kind of like that actually. I really enjoy building things in motion, and I like capturing that image in Minecraft where like something is in motion, but you can't like make it actually moving. You just make it look like it's moving, but it's still. I love doing stuff like that. So I stepped in and I figured out that, hey, the simpler the shapes are, like the easier it is to really like create that motion. So you do big circles and then you go in another layer, and you do another big circle, and you kind of follow like that. If there's too many different slabs and stairs, it gets a little scary looking. So when you look at it, there's like hardly any slabs and hardly any stairs, and we got a little funny part up there.
Oh my gosh,
I think
look
that
at
really
this.
sells the deal.
But, okay, yeah, I'm going to go over some of the finer details. I just realized we have no lighting. There's no lights here. Oh,
I was working on that. I brought these over.
Yeah, you did. You did bring these over.
But then I put some on the edge, and I was like, oh, it's definitely not like that in real life, so I took them off.
Yeah. Honestly, like, they have, like, some hanging lanterns. We'll also do that later in this episode. But, okay. So we have the capstan here. I kind of want to make this a netherite block just because it's big. In IRL, it's like this big hunk of dark metal. But that was also a lot of effort. And lodestones are super easy to craft. And having this dark circle kind of line up with the lightning rod, I think works pretty well. And then to commemorate the Wither Skeleton Farm, I just put a little guy here. And then also in the real thing, it's missing a handle. So I decided to include that fun little detail. It's a swimming pool right now. You'll be sleeping with the fishes if you jump in there.
Do you know that it's the capstan because you played Sea of Thieves?
Yeah, I played a lot of Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves. Okay, continuing. Over here, we had on the real ship there was some sort of hardware, so I included just some darker blocks and some anvils and chains to kind of. I have no idea what it is. If you do know, that's cool. There's a little barrel here. Maybe I'll fill that with water, and then we have a lot of ladders just leading to all sorts of places for crew members to tie down certain stuff and that kind of thing. I wanted to really show that there was ropes, but you can't really do that in Minecraft. It would be really nice if we could tie one lead to this fence and then tie it up there to another fence, but you can't do that. And if they did add that, you already know the lead would not render. So if you flew far away. So I decided to use chains. And yeah, they're separated, but from a distance, viewing it from over there or by the marsh, it really works quite well. Also, the iron bars connecting to the sails, I think gets the point across pretty well. You have the galley kitchen. We'll do a little bit of interior action, maybe on a live stream, or maybe we'll fit into this video. We'll see. And a really cool thing about the Star of India is that they have all of these places here where you can... Oh, thanks for lighting up.
Does that look good?
It does look good. Yeah, I like that. They have all these places where it lets natural light into the below deck, which I think is quite neat. I'm just going to go through here and make these guys all the right color. I guess history lesson. The Star of India was a merchant ship, and as of now, it is the last floating, still kind of in service, iron-hulled vessel. And I think that's kind of sick. It's a kind of a cool little piece of history that, I actually spent the night on it when I was in 5th grade, and I had a horrible time, but that's a story for another day. But I guess for now, I'll continue to kind of tidy this place up, and we're going to work on the hill over there, and yeah. I said we would work on the hill, so let's work on the hill. Let's take a shortcut through here though, because I like this place. All right, the hill is severely neglected. This area is like totally severely neglected. But I got my box of greens, some simple things here, and while this is happening, Bean is working on her flags for the vessel. I think we're gonna try to make them like a country's flag, and then I want to tie, the design of this flag in with each little territory we make. I think that'll be kind of sick if we do that, adding like another layer of depth. I want to keep this place relatively simple. Carve out like a little path here, to maybe entail that the guests of the hostel are kind of making their way out here and taking in the nice view of the ships passing by. I like having these like little paths of least resistance. Honestly, it's like a nice touch. I'm totally guilty of using them. I think it's it's human. It's innate. Hey, I like it. Looks pretty good. I think you should do walls.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I think I'm gonna use mud walls.
You should make the back one like longer too. All right, I've kind of done a little bit of work here, and I've also got just a few special materials because I think building a bridge or not a bridge, a bench here could look kind of cool. Just like a small touch. We'll see. Ooh. Ooh. I like how this is looking. We got the red of the mahogany, and we got the red, red orange stripe.
I'll be the judge of that.
Ooh. Maybe we'll add some red flowers somewhere too, just to fully embrace the red. I don't know, I'm not too sure about the red. The flower red is very saturated, so I'm not entirely sure about it. Like the mahogany red, it's like very mute. I really like it. It's like one of the best blocks in the game. I wish Happy Gast was real. Happy Gast is gonna be real. Ooh. Patience is a virtue.
Cute.
Yeah, the lilacs look pretty nice there. Just hiding behind this rock a little bit. Adds a little bit of color. And then I'll add just a little bit of moss around. Ooh. To kind of throw things off, I guess. Like, just that little more variation, that more noise. A lot of people don't like that, but I like it. I think in some scenarios, I went ahead and added some of the stone and buttons and pressure plates. In some scenarios, it works like better than others. Like this right here, we have this rock, and this rock is like crumbling down into the little pebbles and stuff, and I think this works really well. But this doesn't work as well. This just random pile of rock, but it is still. I think I can still kind of get away with it if I entail that this area is kind of rocky by adding stone slab. All right, let's take a final kind of gander at what we got going on over here. So I've gotten to a place where I'm pretty happy with this. I added this little kind of trail here where there's some shortcuts being had, and I've also added just a little bit of fence, so man-made intervention with this area. Maybe they're adding the fence to kind of keep people on the trail, that kind of thing. Also added a little bit of splash of color here and here. I think they complement each other quite well, especially with the backdrop against the sky. I love it. And as we kind of make our way over here, how's it going?
Having some peace and quiet.
Having some peace and quiet. That's what's up. And I've kind of just made this place a little more green. Added this bench here and this little lantern, and then some of the path blocks to help make the transition between the sandstone and the grass just a little more chill. And then also added a little bit more spruce fence. Maybe it's the woods rotting from all the sea spray. And yeah, kept it pretty simple because trying to stay on theme with the California bushland, shrubland, sage kind of thing. But also, if you would have noticed, we Bethany actually created a flag. So
put this flag on the ship because I enjoy building things like that. I picked this nice blue because I don't know if you've heard any spoilers yet, but we got something in the works, something involving a desert, something involving a town, something involving the ship taking you to said desert town. Maybe their color is blue. Maybe that's like their signature color. So maybe it's a hint to that.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, as the sun sets on the horizon, so does the video. It's ending. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, subscribe and like. We really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one. Ciao.
Bye bye.